I would say, I would really, it's so simple, but I would say have fun, and open your heart to it. It just sounds so ridiculous, but that's really what I mean. It's meant to be a ride, and like WandaVision, it is meant to be emotional. So enjoy is what I would say.
Agatha.
Who's been messing up everything?
The covenless witch.
It's been Agatha all along.
No.
Virgin Radio.
How are you? How are you keeping?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Come here. I'd love to know, right? Have you got an office or something with just wall plans of how things are in Marvel so you know where you're at certain times? Like, think Homer Simpson, think The Simpsons, kind of, all over the place.
No, that is a thing though at Marvel, but it's not my room. Any rooms that I have usually are plastered with things having to do with my work. And then I'm just tapped on the shoulder if there's something I need to know about something in the wider MCU.
I was just going to ask that, like, do you all have to keep in contact with each other to go, look, I'm thinking of going this way, and then all of a sudden there's something that none of us know about. You need to let them know about it as well.
I mean, there's a man you might have heard of named Kevin Feige, who has it all in his head and knows what everybody's doing. And then, of course, I mean, in all seriousness, Brad Winderbaum, who runs Marvel TV. I mean, between the two of them, they make sure all the projects speak to each other and that the creatives are told what they need to know. And sometimes we're told more because that's wonderful to know what our colleagues are up to. But, that's how they make sure, the wires don't get crossed.
I always find, like, I always ask anyone who works within Marvel, I'm always like, he is given handbooks. Do you kind of feel like that, with the likes of Kathryn or Joe or Aubrey to go, look here, this is what you need to know so far. And then we move on to our own thing. And this is our baby. This is our home.
Oh, you mean like this is what's happened in the MCU up to this point?
Yeah. Or even just so they know, like a handbook. Like, is there a rule book for them? So you guys all talk to each other, but for them, are they all kind of given, okay, this is what you have here. This is how you
I mean, I think it's actually more, this is what it means to be the MCU. And I think actors probably speak amongst themselves about what the experience is like. There's no sort of proper handbook. We have an internal like system where we share documents. And so they're given, kind of a like cache of comics to look at and that kind of thing. But it's kind of informal. And certainly on my shows, we've had the good fortune of being able to invent so much. So it really is like, as you say, this is where we are, who we are, what we're about.
It's pretty special, isn't it? There's something really nice about that.
Yes.
With Kathryn, like, is she as much crack as I would hope she is? Like, is she a bit of fun? Has the laughs?
She's hilarious. She is so much fun. The things that come out of her mouth, yeah. I mean, she'll just startle you into fits of giggles. But she also is very sober about her work. And that is what I really greatly admire is the depth she brings to her craft. So yeah, I mean, she's a riot. She's a kick in the pants, but she also is transcendent as a performer.
I think my favorite cinematic witch is, without a question, the Wicked Witch of the West, Margaret Hamilton and the Wizard of Oz. She's my favorite. And I think my favorite spell would be for time to stop for a brief period of time, but I would still be able to take it in. Just because I guess being a mom goes way too fast.
In Ireland, and I know in the UK as well, Joe Locke has come up over the ranks over the last couple of years. What was that like for you watching, someone, a young guy like Joe, and watching him grow on your show?
It's been amazing to actually, you can see it in the footage. Like, you can see Joe, the person Joe, like, yeah, growing. And he came to us so self-possessed, so talented, so ready, earnest, prepared. But yeah, I mean, he's very young, so you can see the evolution happening. And it's I am a mother. I feel very maternal toward Joe.
Wow.
And it's a beautiful thing to see him, yeah, get better and better.
What can you tell us about Team?
I can tell you that he is a mysterious character. You know, he's fun. He has a lot of personality. He's very fanboy of witches, but also, you know, there's something else to him that we may see.
What did it mean to you to get to play an openly gay character in a Marvel series?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. Teen sexuality is definitely a key part of him. It's really great to get to play that. But also, what I love about Teen is that it's not his only personality trait. You know, Jac has created this really multifaceted personality of the character, and we spoke a lot about like the representation of that, whether it should be more queer or less. And I think we got to a really nice spot with it, which I'm very proud of it.
Before I let you go, I've started to ask for beautiful productions like this. What advice have you got to fans who are going to sit down and watch this in October? As you know, it being your baby, is there something you'd like to say to fans about enjoying it?
Gosh, I mean, no one has asked me that, strangely. I would say, I would really, it's so simple, but I would say have fun, and open your heart to it. It just sounds so ridiculous, but that's really what I mean. Is it's meant to be a ride, and like WandaVision, it is meant to be emotional. So enjoy is what I would say. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
And best of luck with the rest of the day.
Thank you
Cheers.
so much. Lovely to meet
Thank
you.
you so much.
It's so exciting because so much of my work is about maximizing the fan experience and trying to craft a mystery and a ride that is thrilling to the audience. And we're doing a weekly drop, which not everyone does. So to finally get to the point where I can see the audience reaction and hopefully, watch people be invested and delighted, it's the best part. It's the dessert.